Welcome back to another video. This time it's Yakuza. I've been teasing this game for quite a while now, and I'm finally getting to it.
Next year at some point I'll do Yakuza 0 and then I'll start those games.
There are 55 trophies in this game, including the platinum. Most of them are very easy and I already have all of those because, like most people, I got into these games during the pandemic. But don't worry, because while I may already have 33 of those 55 trophies, a lot of them are for doing really easy things like beating the story. And even then, some of the more interesting trophies that I already have, like all the stuff for the Cabaret Club and the real estate sub-stories, I'll essentially have to do all of those again in order to 100% the completion list, which I'll get into in a minute. It sucks. But keeping it simple for now, there are still story-ish related trophies. In a couple of chapters, there are trophies you can get by doing some like random shit.
I'm gonna eat this. Oh, shit.
All these trophies can be easily missed if you're not aware of them, which I wasn't when I first played the game, so I'll have to get all of these while playing through the game again. Some of the more fun trophies I haven't unlocked include Mr. Shakedown Takedown for defeating Mr. Shakedown once. Even though this isn't really that hard, I've never beaten him before because he's scary. Alright, if you lose to him, he takes all of your money. There is Prize Fighter for defeating 30 or more enemies in Endless Route in the Underground Fight Club. I'll also have to play every single minigame at least once, of which there are 26 minigames. One of these minigames is the JCC, which is fucking insane.
Oh, fucking shit, she's killed her.
Where I'll have to win 10 bets on 3-round tournaments. So basically, you bet on your thing, on your woman, and you gotta win 10 of those, and there's 3 rounds. You get it. We'll come back to it later. But I've heard it's awful and it's pretty much all RNG, which sounds fucking dreadful. Also, I'll have to win all of the Pocket Circuit Cups for the Pocket Circuit Racing minigame, of which there's like 7 cups, I think. Eye of the Dragon Tiger is unlocked by acquiring every single equipment part, of which there are 96. These are just crafting materials that can be acquired from completing sub-stories or bought from different stores, but most items are found by sending out expeditions using the Dragon and Tiger. Something that will be very easy is the Master of Style trophy. Not a whole lot to say about this one. I just have to buy every skill in the skill tree for both Kiryu and Majima, not including their bonus styles. The main thing is just gonna cost a lot of money, Dutch. But some skills have to be unlocked by training with that fighting styles master. Training with all 6 masters, so 3 for Kiryu, 3 for Majima, will unlock the training and style trophy. Also I have to throw away 5 million yen. Couldn't figure out a good way to put it in naturally, so I'm just throwing it in. There it is. I'm making a huge stink about it. Moving on. Now for the scary stuff. To unlock the Story of My Life trophy, I will have to complete all 100 sub-stories, so side quests. Honestly, not that bad, it's just the sheer amount of them that I'll have to complete, which is what concerns me. I'd say roughly each sub-story takes around 15 to 20 minutes to complete. Some are longer, some are shorter, but that's a good estimate of like the majority of them.
Chinese men.
And none of these are very hard or anything aside from the 2 last sub-stories, because completing every other sub-story for Kiryu and Majima will unlock the So and Joe Amon Fights. These count as sub-stories and need to be completed for the Story of My Life trophy, but they are also required for the Amon Defeated trophy, and they are really hard. Well, one of them's really hard, the other one's not that bad. Then there are all of the Climax Battles. There are 32 of these, and they're basically just battles that I have to complete, but with a twist. I'm not going to go into them here because there's a lot of them, but I will go into the completion list. The completion list, which I will not abbreviate, is where a big chunk of this game's estimated 140-hour platinum comes from. There is so much shit to do, it's insane. I will have to eat every item on the menu at every single restaurant in the game, dine at restaurants 100 times, talk to people 300 times, buy from the Dream Machine 50 times, entertain myself 100 times, travel 100 kilometers on foot, earn a total of 50 billion yen, spend a total of 10 billion yen, scatter 10 million yen, collect 45 telephone cards as Kiryu and Majima, so 90 overall, watch 30 different video clips.
Whoa. Oh, ew. People have been touching that pole, dude. That is a dirty fucking pole.
Defeat 500 enemies on the street. Defeat a total of 1,600 enemies using each fighting style. 200 enemies for each style. Help 30 attack victims. Win 50 Coliseum tournaments. Defeat Mr. Shakedown 20 times. 10 times as both characters. Use heat actions 300 times. Use 40 different heat actions for each character. Acquire 100 different weapons and 70 different pieces of gear. I'll have to do a whole bunch of shit for Kiryu's real estate business and Majima's Cabaret club. I'll have to complete 40 Kiryu's Substories and befriend everyone, then do the exact same shit as Majima. Befriend Haruki, Ayaka, and Riku from the Telephone Club minigame.
Fuck!
Beat each song at the disco on easy, medium, and hard. Collect a bunch of different parts for the car in the Pocket Circuit Racing minigame, as well as win all 7 Pocket Circuit Racer Cups.
Oh!
Win a total of 100 million yen from the Catfight Club. Get 5 million points in Space Harrier,
I don't like Space Harrier stressing me out.
Outrun,
Oh, shit!
and Super Hang On,
Oh!
and get 100,000 points in Fantasy Zone. Acquire 15 different prizes from the claw
You
machine.
fucking piece of shit.
Earn 10 million yen in poker, baccarat, and roulette. Earn 5 million from blackjack.
No!
Earn 1 million in Chohan, CeeLo, Koi Koi, and Oicho Kabu, whatever the fuck those are. Perform 10 hat tricks in darts and earn a total of 10 million from darts. Earn 5 million from the batting center. Bowl 10 strikes and earn a total of 10 million from split games. Win 5 shogi games without a takeback. Once again, what the fuck is shogi? It's chess. For Mahjong, I'll have to earn a total of 10 million yen. Go out 10 times. Go out with Mangan 5 times. Go out with Hanuman 1 time. Go out with Richi Ipatsu and go out with a full straight. I'll also have to get a shit ton of fish and score over 90 plus on each karaoke song with Kiryu and Majima.
95!
All that for the completion list, and I didn't even include everything. But that's not all, because I will have to beat the game a second time on Legend difficulty to unlock the Stuff of Legend trophy. Legend makes the game harder by making enemies do more damage, but you also have less time to do QTEs. Heat actions don't do as much damage, and you can no longer reload checkpoints if you fail. So if I die or fail for whatever reason, I'll have to go back to the last manual save, which sucks because you can go a long time in between being able to save. But that's about it. It's a lot, but if I'm being honest, I'm kind of excited to do all of it. Will I feel that way by the end of this video? Almost certainly not, but without further ado, let's get to it. For the sake of the video, I will not be going into the story because it's really long and extremely complicated, which is funny because this is probably the easiest game to understand. Wait until we get to 4 and 5.
Leave me alone!
But all you need to know is that it follows 2 dudes, Kazuma Kiryu and Goro Majima, after they find themselves embroiled in a grand conspiracy that involves the Yakuza, a shady real estate company, an empty plot of land worth 1 billion yen, and a blind woman. There are all sorts of twists and turns and really, really cool moments.
Oh!
But if you played the games, you already know about all that. And if you haven't, watch a recap video or some shit or play the games. They're gonna sell pretty often. With that being said, there were 7 missable trophies, technically 8, but I already had one of them, that I had to unlock as I played through the story. The first of these was in chapter 2. There was a part where I had to give a group of homeless men booze and they all wanted different drinks, but one guy wanted champagne and all I had to do was go to Don Quixote, buy the 20,000 yen bottle of champagne and hand it to him. It's that easy. It's very simple.
Yay! First trophy of Yakuza 0.
The second one of these is as Majima in chapter 3. Once I got the objective to go to Odyssey, instead of going straight to Odyssey, which is a club, I went to these 3 locations first and listened to each conversation, and then I went to Odyssey. Once inside of the club, I had to inspect all the tables. I don't think you have to inspect Mr. Libido, but I did it anyway. Once I had inspected each table, a hostess will sit next to Majima. I don't think it matters what questions you ask her, but I chose to ask about Odyssey and the other hostesses. Once I did that, the manager comes over, they have a whole conversation to him and Majima, and it wouldn't actually be until chapter 4 when I finally unlocked the trophy after entering the grand.
Okay.
The third trophy is unlocked in chapter 5.
What's going on, man?
There's a part where you have to go to a cafe with Oda, and what I had to do was choose the 3 correct answers when prompted, and then I got the trophy once the cutscene was over. It's really easy. It's just like, where do you want to sit? Sit over here. Should we order stuff? No, we shouldn't order stuff. And then it's like, give them your business card, like fucking American Psycho or whatever. Yeah. To get the best served cold trophy, I had to wait 15 minutes for the takoyaki to get cold. Beginning chapter 7, Majima will offer to get Makoto some takoyaki, and after I picked it up, I just did something else for a while. I went to the arcade, sang karaoke.
Boogie Woogie. I just realized it said that in the fucking lyrics. Boogie Woogie. I hate being alive. I hate being alive. One for me, one for Welker.
After the takoyaki went cold, I unlocked the trophy.
Hey!
In chapter 10, there was a part where I had to fight through a whole bunch of Tojo clan thugs with Oda and Tachibana. To get the It Takes Two trophy, I had to defeat 3 enemies using co-op heat actions with either one of the gruesome twosome. Very easy, there are loads of enemies to do this on, but just make sure you bring some heat restoring items just to be safe. Much like chapter 10, there was another part where I had to fight a lot of guys. This time it was the Nikyo Consortium dudes. And towards the end of the segment, after beating the guy who's dual wielding some fans, I came to a set of stairs. Instead of going up the stairs, I went to the right and smashed open one of the 2 safes to unlock the They Won't Mind trophy. Even though I already had this trophy, in chapter 13, there's a part where Kiryu and Oda are being chased in a car and you have to shoot the pursuing Yakuza. At some point during this part, there's a guy with an afro I had to shoot, and once you do that, you get the big hair and the crosshairs trophy. But I already had that trophy from when I played the game 5 years ago. But that brings me to the last of these trophies, which is Hitting the Bottle, which is unlocked in chapter 15. There's a part where I had to fight Nishiki, and during this fight, Nishiki will throw Majima into the bar where I had to fail the QTE.
Oh shit. Wait. I'm gonna eat this. Oh shit. Ah! And that was
And those are all of the missable trophies in the game. Now, we can get on with the fun stuff, like Mr. Shakedown Takedown.
Marlin Cannon.
All I had to do was beat one of the Mr. Shakedowns once. That's it. I finally got around to it after 65 hours of game time, and by that point I was definitely strong enough to beat him in a fight. Still hit like a fucking truck though.
Oh, Sabed is straight to spear.
Then there was Training in Style. This trophy is unlocked by obtaining at least one move from each fighting master. For Majima's thug style, he has Komaki, a guy who is in almost every one of these games, even including Fist of the North Star, and that's not a Yakuza, that's not even a Yakuza game. I just had to beat Komaki in 5 fights. It was super easy, none of them were hard. Feihu's training for the Slugger style was basically the same stuff. I just had to beat him in a bunch of fights, but he used a different weapon each time. The Breaker style has Areshi and his brothers, I assume. I mean, it would be crazy if they weren't related somehow. Same kind of stuff again, just beat them all in a fight, but they do have a sub-story which is more than the other 2. Bacchus's missions for Q's Brawler style are all pretty simple. I just had to ask what move I wanted to learn and then beat the guy up with that move. Not that hard, aside from the last fight, where there are 5 guys and 3 of them have guns. That one is pretty annoying.
Fuck off! Oh, what the fuck? Fuck! Oh my god, dude. Fuck! Fuck off, dude. Oh my god, this sucks.
Next, there was Kamoji's training. The rush style is all about dodging and moving fast. So for the training, I had to avoid my opponent's attacks and not get knocked down, otherwise I would lose. These are all pretty easy. It's not very hard to dodge all the attacks until you get to the guy with a gun. But that's a scripted loss, so it doesn't count. Then finally, there is Miss Tatsu, who is definitely my least favorite out of all the trainers. First, you have to do this dumb shit where you have to break a bunch of boxes and mannequins while making sure you hit the money goal. Once again, not that hard. It's just kind of like, what's the point? You know, what's the point of me doing this? I have to pay her money to put my money in a box. I don't get my money back. It's a fucking con, dude. Enron, dude. Enron. Then once you do 2 of these, you're allowed to do a debt collection where you go and beat a guy up and then you get the new skill. Do all 10 of the training scenarios, which then unlocks all 5 of the debt collections, and you have acquired all of the locked skills needed for the beast style. And after I completed the first debt collection, I got the Training and Style trophy.
Hey, training in style.
One really easy trophy was worked hard for the money. Literally all I had to do for this was throw away 5 million yen.
There it is, my goodness.
But one really awful trophy was Eye of the Dragon Tiger. Holy shit, this one is so ass. I had to find all 96 equipment parts. Some equipment parts can be bought from stores like Don Quixote or the pawn shops. Some can be randomly obtained through different dream machines found around town. You can also be gifted items after you save NPCs, but none of these ways are reliable. There is only one consistent, reliable way to get what you want, and that is through the Dragon and Tiger. The way this works is that you pay a lot of money to send people out on expeditions, and depending on who you send and where you send them, they'll bring back certain items. This takes time, about 3 to 5 minutes, but you can spend even more money to speed up the expedition and increase the chances of getting the item you want. However, even if you pump in hundreds of millions of yen, it isn't a guarantee you'll get the items you want. Even if it says there's a 99% chance of getting the thing you want, it's a fucking lie. Thankfully, there is a checklist that tells you which parts you've already found, so I just compared that to a list of all 96 items, and I went down the list one by one, slowly getting every item I needed. It took many hours and billions of yen, but I got there in the end.
God's charm. Fucking, there it is. Ass.
Except that wasn't even the end, because while I had the trophy for obtaining every equipment part, I still had to find 100 weapons and 70 pieces of equipment for the completion list. This is more of the same, except I could at least craft some of the weapons and equipment using all the items I just got to help expedite the process, but man, this was fucking awful. You like minigames? Because this game's got 100 billion of them, and they're all pretty good. Well, not all of them.
I see this shit.
I'm only going to focus on one right now, and that will be the Pocket Circuit Racing, because beating all 7 cups would unlock the Dragon of Pocket Circuit Racing trophy. But that isn't all there is, because beating each race contributes to the overall completion list, as well as obtaining a certain amount of parts for your car. There are also sub-stories included in the minigame which need to be finished to 100% of the completion list, and also get the Story of My Life trophy, and I also got to befriend Pocket Circuit Fighter.
I need you, fighter. I appreciate you sharing your feelings and all, but I'm not into guys. Oh, fucking goddamn it. That's not what I meant.
The fun part about this is customizing your car, which is actually pretty in-depth. I've spent more time changing out parts and trying to figure out what will work best than I have actually racing. Racing is pretty hands-off. You can boost, which you should never do. It's a death sentence.
Fuck!
And if your car starts to fly off the track, you can mash circle to try and keep it on the track. That's about it. It's just a lot of watching your car go and then having a meltdown when it flies off the track.
I want just like I'm addicted.
Most of the races weren't crazy difficult or anything, and I managed to get through almost all of them in just a few attempts. Only 2 or 3 of them actually gave me any trouble, and even then it was just a lot of trial and error, just being like, alright, I flew off the ramp, let me downgrade it a little bit so there's not as much speed and I have a little bit more grip. And it's like, oh, now I'm too slow, then let me throw on this engine, okay, now I'm doing well. I ran out of battery power, now I need to put on a better battery, but then that changes stuff. So it's a lot of just like,
Oh! I did it. Oh, dude.
Fighter's friendship will start with the kid calling him a virgin. I remember that half this game is like a serious crime thriller. I thought this side quest would be about Q helping Fighter lay some pipe, but it's actually about Fighter finding his own self-worth and being a figure the kids can look up to, which is boring. Once you max out his friendship, you are now allowed to make your own custom racetracks, which I was gonna do, and as I was doing it, I decided I did not want to do it anymore because I don't give a shit.
I don't want to do it.
There are 8 sub-stories related to Pocket Circuit. Each one is about beating better and better races, starting with Takuma.
Ever heard of smell-o-vision? Cause I'm about to fog your fucking face. Oh.
Then Hideki.
Look at this little PNG, he's terrified, he's sad, he's like, I lost. Fucking laughed him at the end.
And then Mika, which, that one's really weird.
Are you ready to beat me if you did? I'm crying out loud, do you even know what that means? Of course I do. A girlfriend is a lover, and she gives her most important thing to her boyfriend. Oh, yeah, what the fuck? Ew! I lost, you really are fast, Kazuma-kun. I'm going to give you my most important thing. What? Wait, no, hold on. this sort of thing is against the law, and it's just not. Here you go. You got the drag on. Oh god.
Then Satoru, who's Mika's dad, and he doesn't like that Kyu's dating his kid, so he challenges him to a race. And then when you beat him, he lets you keep dating his daughter, which is not a good dad. Next, it's Senna, nothing crazy here. Then with Harumi, once you beat her, she gets jealous of the fact that she thinks Kyu is dating a child.
Is that a fucking mum? Hey there, Kazuma-kun. How's my boyfriend doing? Boyfriend? What are you doing here? You little hussy? Go home and study or something.
Kazuyoshi is next, and he's just another kid, so who cares? He's supposed to be like the greatest racer in Japan, but I literally beat him first try.
Alright.
Then the final racer is none other than the 30-year-old virgin himself, Pocket Circuit Fighter.
Oh, I immediately flew off. Okay, cool. I'm just fucking slipping, slopping, sliding off the side. Heavy suspension, the bumper plate, side stabilizer, throw that on. It's because I'm going way too fast. Fuck! Oh, fuck you, dude. Alright, don't fucking boost. Don't fucking boost, dude. Boosting is a joke. Don't ever boost in the races because it's just gonna kill you. Oh, I'm catching up. What the fuck? Why am I flying off into space there? Get back on the track, you idiot. Oh! Let's fucking go, dude. I can't believe it. You're such an amazing competitor, Kazuma-kun. Kazuma-kun, you won against Fighter. Wow. I knew you could do it, Kazuma-kun. Yeah, right. Kazuma-kun's racing simply goes beyond my calculations. I guess it's not all about logic. Congratulations, you deserve it. Congratulations. 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 Congrats. Congratulations. Oh no. Alright, see ya. I ain't come back.
Real estate. You like buying and selling real estate and making fat stacks with a capital PH? Well, hop on in the battle bus because we're playing the Real Estate Royale. There are quite a few trophies tied to Real Estate Royale, but I already have all of those, so just pretend I got them this time. In terms of completion list stuff, it's all really simple. I have to completely take over each district and buy every property, as well as defeat each of the 5 billionaires. I also have to raise every shop to S rank and recruit every manager, advisor, and security staff. Now, what does all of that mean? The way this stuff works is that you buy property in a certain area that belongs to that area's king. There are 5 kings known as the 5 billionaires, and I would have to take over each district by acquiring enough properties where I would then have to beat them in a fight to take complete control of their district. But property is expensive, so I would need to use managers and advisors to make more money. Managers can boost the amount of cash you make, while advisors are used to level up your business, which then make you even more money. And then the security are there. They stop you from losing your business in a money battle, but I mean, honestly, that shit is like fucking pointless. Like, who cares? Like, they don't really matter. The first billionaire I had to go up against was the Leisure King. As you take over each billionaire's district, you'll occasionally have run-ins with them as you gain more of their territory. Once you've taken over 70% of their territory, the billionaire will challenge you to something. If you win this challenge, you get a 10% share of their area, and if you lose, you give up 10%. In the case of the Leisure King, I had to beat his karaoke score, which I absolutely demolished.
Oh, I almost fucked it up. Like 98, I bet. 97!
Alright, I've played a lot of karaoke. It's good. It's a good minigame. I love it. Once I had reached the 90% share of his territory, I had to beat him in a fight to completely take over, which I did win, but it was not pretty.
Oh, Holy shit! Oh no! Look at
After beating the Leisure King, I could now go about taking down the other 4 kings. It's the same stuff I did before: buy properties, level them up, yada yada yada. For the Electronics King, instead of karaoke, I had to play Outrun. If you don't know what Outrun is, it's a racing game from 1986, and I'm really, really bad at it.
Oh!
I'll be coming back to this later.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Bullshit!
And also I lost, so that sucks.
Holy shit! You're probably gonna die, you know.
But losing isn't really a big deal though, aside from being annoying as shit. It would just take me longer to reach that 90% share threshold, but once I finally did, I had to fight the Electronics King, which was really hard, and it did not go well. I beat him, but it did not go well.
Oh, fuck off! Oh!
For the Pleasure King, I had to get a date using the Telephone Club minigame. I just had to select the right dialogue choices and fill up this bar before I ran out of time. Then I fought the Pleasure King, which was definitely the easiest out of all the fights.
Oh! Oh shit! Oh.
The Gambling King, I had to beat in the Catfight Arena, which I managed to do just by spamming the same move over and over. Like, the Catfight is all about, like, rock, paper, scissors. Like, literally, I'm not joking. You have 3 choices, and you just have to pick and hope you got the right one. It's luck. We're going to be coming back to this later, because it sucks. It is awful. Oh my fucking god.
What? Fuck off!
Then, you know, his boss fight went about the same as all the others. The Media King I had to beat at the Disco minigame, which I lost big time.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
And surprise, surprise, his fight was really hard.
Oh. Oh, fucking stop grabbing me, you fucking dog!
But that was not the end, because behind the 5 billionaires was the man pulling the strings. This guy. I don't remember his name. Finance King, that's what it was. I didn't have to take over his territory or anything. I just had to go to his office, beat up his goons. Then there's a long-ass exposition dump where I kept trying to do like an Aku voice, you know, like from fucking Samurai Jack, which should not go well.
Yamino-san, I understand how you feel. But if you do this, you'll be no better than a finance king. I'm actually a detective with the police. What the hell? This dirty money game that had Cabaret in its grasp. I went undercover at Yamunoi-san's place to discover who was behind it all. The police had oh fuck, let me do it again. But an open investigation would only result in the mastermind ditching his henchmen and disappearing. Uh-oh, it's starting to go. We're getting close. Oh, oops. We're going to perform a thorough search of this building now. We'll make sure he pays for his crimes the right way. But you're finished, Finance King.
Beating the Finance King and beating the Real Estate Royale storyline unlocked the Dragon Fighting style. It's good.
I'm still getting fucked up. What the hell is this? Please don't have Marino talk ever again. I can't handle it. Is that Kikuchi? Oh, fuck. Attempted murder, obstruction of justice, and many other charges backed up by evidence.
That's about all the real estate stuff, but there were still some completion list things I had to do, like buying every business and getting all of them to S rank and unlocking every advisor, managing and security staff, because some staff members are tied to Substories and some businesses are tied to friendships. Speaking of friendships...
Do you like hot babes and even hotter dudes? Well, have I got good news for you, because the Cabaret Club Czar has both of those things. It's got hot babes and Majima. And also Yuta, I guess.
Just like the real estate stuff, the Cabaret Club has a whole lot of trophies that I already got from when I played the game back in 2020, so just pretend I got them again. The Cabaret Club is a lot more hands-on compared to the real estate stuff. With that, you just went around, bought some property and sat in a room contemplating if any of this is worth it, because we'll be dead someday, and waiting until your payout was ready. That's not the case with the Cabaret Club. This time you have to play an actual minigame. Customers will come into the club and you have to assign hostess to them, but you can't just assign any woman to them because each customer has specific wants. So you'll need to use the old noggin to figure out which girl is best for which client. There are 4 tiers of hostess: platinum, gold, silver, and pig trough bronze. None of these dogs matter. Only the platinum ones do because of 2 things. First and foremost, there's customization, which means I can dress my girls up to be the princesses they are, or the monsters I know them to truly be.
Oh no. Oh, ew. She's got like Dr. Manhattan eyes.
Customization does actually matter because if you choose the right items, you can get a triple double circle, which is very good. You want that. That's the best rank. Secondly, each platinum hostess has something called special training.
Oh!
It's basically just this thing we have to talk to each hostess a lot and then pick the correct dialogue option when questioned. Gotta be honest, kinda hate this shit. It's really fucking boring and I have to do it.
Those piercing eyes. Look at those eyes.
For the completion list, it's all very simple. I would have to complete all 6 platinum hostess substories as well as buy 30 accessories for each platinum hostess. I would have to recruit 6 bronze hostesses, 4 silver hostesses, and 4 gold, as well as the 6 platinum hostesses, which you get when you defeat one of the other clubs. But the bronze, silver, and gold hostesses need to either be hired off the street or are unlocked after beating certain substories. I also have to take over each club's area and get a certain amount of fans in those areas. Almost all of this stuff is unmissable and I'll get it just by playing through the storyline. But what is the Cabaret Club story all about? It's the exact same shit as a real estate, which isn't like a dig or anything, it's just, you know, that's what it is. There are 5 clubs which are all bad and I have to take over their territory, and then once I do that, I have to beat up the main bad guy behind it all. The same stuff, exactly the same. All I had to do was play the minigame enough times to the point where I had enough fans to challenge each owner to a Cabaret Club battle. For these battles, I had to beat my opponent by making more money than them, which is really easy because the AI always spends way too much on gifts. So I'm not going to go over the rest of them because it is exactly the same as the real estate stuff. I even unlocked a new fighting style for Manjima. Plus, there were more important things at hand, like that special training thing I mentioned before. This shit blows. The special training is only available for the 6 platinum hostesses. In it, Manjima has to chat up and sometimes go on a date with each woman, and depending on how well each session goes, they level up more. For each chat, I would have to pick the correct dialogue option 4 times. Do this 5 times for all 6 girls, and you finally understand why Patrick Bateman does what he does. At least the dates are fun.
This is what the pros do. Oh, fuck! I got the 8.
But there was a reason I did all of this, because after completing the 5th and final round of special training, I had to do a very short sub-story which is needed for the completion list. None of these are anything special and they were over in 3 minutes. All that was left for the real estate and Cabaret Club completion list were the things tied to sub-stories and friendships, which is a great segue into the friendships. I won't go over every friendship because there are like 20 of them, and it's a lot. This video is already half an hour long. I'm just going to mention the ones that either unlock a new business for purchase or give you new staff members, or you know, maybe there's like something funny going on.
I'll put it in then. Here we go. Oh, that is oh, that looks fucked if you don't know the context.
Obviously, I already mentioned Fighter, who you become friends with just by partaking in the races, but as well as getting to build your own tracks, you also unlock Pocket Circuit Racing as a business, which is kind of weird because it's like, they're kids, dude. How much are they paying? How much money are you making out of this? He's making like no money out of this. It doesn't make any sense. For Officer Kikuchi, each time you run past him, he'll perform a stop and search on Kiryu, where you'll then have to give him an item that won't get Kiryu thrown in prison. So you give him one of these, and not one of these. After you do this enough times, Kikuchi will give you his whole backstory and get beat up by some thugs that you then have to beat up, and then he'll become your friend, as well as a member of your security team. For the doll girl, you have to give her the stuffed toy she wants from the claw machine.
Yeah!
Do this enough times and then save her mum from some thugs, and that's that. The doll girl's mother will become a gold hostess at your club. Ginji is the chef at Sushi Jin. Each time you eat at the restaurant, your friendship meter will grow until you hit about the halfway point. Then Ginji will ask Kiryu to source some fresh fish, and you know what that means.
Oh shit! Oh! Whoa! Chihuahua! Oh, that's pretty easy. What the fuck is that? A meatball? There's a scorpion fish. Oh, it was a meatball fish. Oh, dude, I see a big thing there. What's that? What's that fucking big one? Come on, come on, come on. A fucking Loch Ness monster. Alright, here we go. Whoa! Whoa! What the fuck is that? Coelacanth? I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Coelacanth?
Coelacanth.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm like hurting my voice by like going like whoa, whoa, whoa! Here it is! Oh, goddamn! Goddamn! Oh, copy DM! What the fuck is that? Oh, it's Fugu! That was a big old Fugu! A Gobi!
Completing Genji's friendship allows Kyu to buy Sushi Jin. But that's not the only fishing friendship, because Majima has the exact same thing. This fishing adventure was a little tougher because I had to find 3 specific aquatic animals, whereas before I could just hand in anything. It took a good couple of minutes, but I got all of them and was able to partner up with Komian, which was completely fucking useless by this point. Kitajima, the shroomer, loves to sell mushrooms, and I mean actual mushrooms. However, his look, his speech, and the dingy dark alley he works out of say otherwise. And so, after buying and eating a shit ton of mushrooms, I must save Kitajima from an assortment of ne'er-do-wells, which includes none other than Vita Colleon.
Holy shit! Holy forehead!
And he becomes a member of your security staff once you befriend Kitajima.
Hee. I haven't tasted the blood of my enemies in a long while. I can't wait.
As Majima, if you go down the Shofukucho South, the phone booth will ring. Answering it, a man going by the name of Simon asks Majima to procure an assortment of different weapons. It starts off easily enough with a handgun, but quickly becomes a lot more complicated when I had to get Simon a Chinese broadsword, which actually, theoretically, hypothetically, isn't hard to do. In theory. I just had to go to the Dragon and Tiger and send out an agent to find the Chinese broadsword, but as we all know, this is absolute bullshit. Time and time again, I would get the double Chinese broadswords instead, which is not the same weapon. You can't just fucking throw one of them away and then give it to Simon. No, it's gotta be specifically the one Chinese broadsword. It's hog shit. Regardless, I did get the sword eventually.
Oh! I got it!
Next, I needed a tourmaline, which I already had a million of. Then the final item I needed was the Sakura Storm, which is another sword. This weapon can be obtained through the Dragon and Tiger, but no thanks, I'm good. So instead, I went to the park and started the sub-story called Man with a Stranger's Face. This sub-story is about a man trying to reconnect with his son, except there is one minor problem with that. His wife and son believe that he is dead. You see, Akatani got into a little bit of trouble with the Yakuza and had to fake his death and change his name and face. Eventually, the Yakuza figure out Akatani's true identity, and so we have to beat them up.
Okay, I didn't know they had a gun guy.
And as a reward, Akatani gives us a Sakura Storm. Giving the Sakura Storm to Simon leads Majima to the Sotenbori footpath along the river, where I had to beat up some more guys.
Alright, good job fucking.
And as a reward for my hard work, I unlocked Unknown as a gold hostess at the Cabaret Club. There was a Mary at the bowling alley. For this, I just had to go bowling a lot, which I took a little bit too seriously.
Just a little tiddlywink of bonus. Come on, fuck! If she gets a strike, that's absolute horseshit, dude. Don't you fucking dare. Oh my god! What the fuck?
But after playing enough rounds, Mary will tell Kyu about a special challenge. What is this special challenge? Bowl 3 strikes in a row.
Just gonna let it rip like a Beyblade. Oh, strike one. Oh, you fucking bitch. Fuck you, man. A double spin, that might be too much. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, that wasn't nearly enough. That was pretty good. I put a tiddlywink a stank on it. Just a tiddlywink. Oh! Oh, just a tiddlywink of stank, just a tiddlywink. Madame, just a tiddlywink of stank, madame. Oh, oh, I think I fucked it. I think I fucked it.
Successfully bowling 3 strikes in a row will unlock Nugget as the manager and allow Kyu to buy the bowling alley. I knew I was super friend of Miri, but who gives a shit. Clubs Sega and Kamurocho and Sotenbori each had a friendship that was basically the same thing. As Kyu, I had to befriend Luca by playing a lot of Outrun and then beating her score, which was actually really easy because she is not good at the game. She's fucking bad, dude. And I'm bad.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead.
After I had done that, I could buy Club Sega and a new arcade game was available to play. Super Hang-On. It's Outrun, but with bikes.
Yeah, fuck!
Then as Majima, I had to befriend Kyoko by doing the exact same thing, but I had to play Space Harrier instead. Same deal here, she's fucking awful. And then once I had done that, I could partner up with the arcade, and I also unlocked a new game to play, Fantasy Zone. Oh my god, I hate Fantasy Zone.
Oh my fucking god, the shits are the worst, dude. The shits are fucking terrible.
There are also 2 Mr. Libidos, Akimoto and Habu. To level up Akimoto's friendship, you will need to find 30 telephone cards around Kamurocho. Once that has been completed, Akimoto will confide in Kyu that he can't get it up anymore, and then all you need to do is head to the bar called Earth Angel, meet the mama there, and then tell Akimoto about it, and you know, you can get stiff again. Habu's friendship is actually almost tied to another friendship, that being the Gandahara clerk. For both of them, you have to watch a lot of these videos.
Dude, what is that? Pull back, man. Change your fucking focal length. You look like a fisheye lens, man.
What the hell?
And for every 5 videos, Habu will show up after you leave Gandahara, say some real gross shit, and then leave.
Alright, my monster's roaring. I'm gonna go slay it. That's fucking rancid, dude.
However, the 4th time this happens, Habu will be in pain, and so I had to go buy him a Habu drink, which then completes his friendship and makes it so you can now buy the Habu drink from the drugstore. Also, I don't know a good time to mention this, but Mr. Libido is a real guy. They both are. The Gandahara clerk's friendship is pretty uninteresting for the most part. You know, like I said before, I just had to watch a lot of these videos, and I mean a lot.
Oh, this one's cool. She's got a pole.
And after watching enough of these, the clerk will tell Majima that he also can't get it up anymore after watching so many videos. So he sends Majima on a quest to find a special videotape. Supposedly, this tape is only given out by a mysterious woman in white. Very mysterious, very hard to find. She's right here. She's at this point in the map. There she is. Boom, pow. Look at that. Once I found the woman in white, I had to warm her up by giving her some Odin soup, where she then gave me the tape, which I gave to the clerk.
It comes mind-blowingly sexy stuff. Huh? It's not coming on. There's no picture, but the sound seems to be working. Oh, this is awful. This is actually kind of spooky. Ah, this voice must belong to a really cute girl. Show me your face, babe. Click. That was it? The video ended? No way, it can't end like this. Now I've lost all hope for recovering my libido. Maybe you're not as desensitized as you think. You were so excited about watching the tape, I thought you'd wet your pants. You know? Yeah, right. Just the expectations I had for this video got me all fired up. I might be cured. I'm burning up inside now. Excuse me, I've got to watch some of our videos to cool down a little. What's up with this guy? Click. Oh, shit! Oh, okay, cool, I'm cursed. Oh, shit.
Befriending the clerk allows Majima to partner with Gandahara, which was also the last business I needed to partner with, and also the last thing I needed for the business section of the completion list. There is still other stuff I'll mention, but this was the very last thing I did. Substories. That's what we're moving on to now, because the rest of the friendships are uninteresting. Like I said, I'm not going to do all of them. That's not all of them, but it's like, who cares? So moving on. There are 100 substories in the game. 40 of them are for Majima, and the other 60 are for Kiryu. And since there are so many substories, I'm only going to be talking about a select few. Beginning with The Show Must Go On. In this sub-story, Kiryu finds himself having to stand in as a producer on a film shoot after the actual producer is a no-show. But it is not that simple, as Kiryu also needs to impress the director by doing a few different tasks, like grabbing the erasable, grocerying the erasable, and striking the set. It's all pretty straightforward, and then at the end of the quest I had to beat up the actual producer. It's a fun little side distraction, but the best part is that it unlocks the next quest, which is Miracle on Tenkaichi Street. This sub-story has Kiryu defending famous superstar Miracle Johnson as he shoots a new music video, which is directed by none other than Steven Spining, director of such films like Indian Jeans, Snores, ED, and Schindler's Grocery List. That one's still about the Holocaust. Miracle, like all self-obsessed actors, has decided to go method for this music video, and he wants the extras to actually beat him up. But we can't have that, so that's where Kiryu steps in. I had to defend Miracle from the extras while he moonwalked down the street. I did lose the first time, somehow.
No! I fucking lost!
But the second time, I successfully stopped Miracle from being beaten to death. Barely though. Completing this quest unlocks Papillion Kato and Steven Spining as managers for Kiryu's real estate business. And you can actually get Miracle as an advisor. However, I would need to complete one last sub-story for that. Miracle in Maharaja. There really isn't too much to say about this one. I just had to go to Maharaja versus Miracle in a dance battle who is literally impossible to beat.
Yeah, whatever. He's a pop star prince. Jules is dead.
And then he lets you choose between a black or white box. Choose the black box because you get the encounter finder, which highlights enemies on the map, which can be extremely useful, especially when you need to farm money from Mr. Shakedown. Holy shit, I completely forgot about one of the other trophies. I forgot about something. Okay, so real quick, there is the trophy for obtaining every single skill in the skill tree. There were those skills that I had to unlock from the trainers, but every other skill is bought with yen. So you think the best way to make money in the game is from the real estate company, and yeah, sure, that's fine and dandy, but you can only make about 1 billion yen every like 10 to 15 minutes or whatever. And a lot of skills cost 1 billion yen, so it would take a couple hours if you wanted to do it this way. However, there is an exploit to make billions of yen using Mr. Shakedown in only a few minutes. This works best as key because one of the rewards you can buy from the shrine increases the amount of money you can make from Mr. Shakedown. So the way this works is you find Mr. Shakedown, which is very easy if you have the encounter finder, get in a fight with him, and then lose all your money. Then after you lose, find him again, and now he'll have all of your money. And if you bought the shrine upgrade, Mr. Shakedown's deep pockets, your money will have increased, and you can further increase that by using items that boost the amount of cash you get in fights. So just rinse and repeat that a couple times. Each time you make even more cash, and eventually you'll have like 170 something billion yen, which is more money than you will ever need in the entire game. And then you can buy all your skills.
Hey, Master of Style. Cool.
Heading back into the world of dancing, there were also 3 sub-stories, technically 6 because there are also 3 as Majima, related to the disco that I had to complete. To begin the first of these sub-stories, I had to dance 3 times in a row at Maharaja, then leave the club and come back. This will begin the Don't Dance Alone sub-story. In it, Kiryu is challenged by Hisaki into a dance battle. Hisaki is quite terrible at this and I easily beat him. In the second sub-story called Technique to Die For, I had to dance against Maiko. She's a little bit harder, so I did have to do this twice, but it's not anything too bad. Then the final disco sub-story for Kiryu was Maharaja Showdown. This time I was dancing against the greatest disco dancer in all of Japan, a man named Ogito, who actually shows up in Yakuza 5 as Haruka's dance teacher, so that's fun. Once again, I lost to him the first time.
I fucked that up right at the end. Quit minigame, I don't care. I don't want to see him smug mouth. I'm the greatest who? Fuck you. You're gonna find me be dead in a ditch.
But second time's a charm, and I beat Agita and was crowned the greatest disco dancer in all of Tokyo. Or Japan, whatever the fuck I said before. But there were also 3 disco sub-stories as Majima. As you can probably guess, it's about more of the same and about as difficult as the Kiryu ones. Except once you complete the third and final sub-story, you unlock Miss Sobi as a gold hostess. Another one of the gold hostesses can be unlocked after completing the sub-story, the Obitarian Strikes. This quest is pretty basic, it's just about Majima dealing with Etsuko, the Obitarian, who is a real battle axe. But they do end up becoming BFFs after Majima has to rescue her from a thug. So, you know, it ends up being a nice enemies to lovers story. Cults! There's a cult in this game, and in the sub-story, Disciple of the New Order, I had to rescue this woman's daughter from the cult of Munan Chohabt Onast by infiltrating their ranks and beating up their leader.
Why is this the wiliest fucking coyote? Ah!
I quite like this one. It's funny, it's heartfelt, and I like cults. Not to like be a part of them, but to, you know, point and laugh at the people who are in them. Another one of my personal favorite sub-stories is How to Train Your Dominatrix. This sub-story has Kiryu helping a dominatrix become more domineering, because frankly, she kinda sucks at the whole sadomasochism thing.
No, Ai-chan, that was no good. Like, nothing about it was working, nothing at all. Where do I start? When I asked you to punish me, you said I was a middle-aged man. That's the truth, not a what the hell. And then you called me lusty. I mean, who says that? If I'm coming here, lust is pretty obvious, I think. And, top it off, please visit again? That's proper business etiquette, not sadomasochism.
You basically just have to be a bitch and teach her to be mean to you. Like, you know, it's pretty good. You like money and you like drugs? Well, so does Majima, and he's in luck because in this dark, dingy alley is a poster advertising a 10 million yen reward for partaking in some drug trials. Heading over to Ashitaba Park, I spoke to this fine gentleman, signed my rights away, and started popping pills. I just had to fight this group of guys 3 times, each time under the effect of a different drug. The first one makes your health slowly drain, the second makes you randomly change fighting style, and the third drug messes with your vision. Also, you don't get the 10 million because all the drugs ended up being colossal failures. Damned Yankee is about a band of hardcore hooligans who really aren't that hardcore, nor are they hooligans, but their fans don't know that, and so Kiryu must impart some wisdom on each band member to better help them play the part of hooligans. It's a funny quest, and you get Crazy Kyo as an advisor after you complete it. Passport to Pizza is a pretty fucking crazy one. In the Champion District, you can find this foreign femme on the ground. After helping her to her feet, she tells Kiryu she needs help, or at least tries to tell him since there is a little bit of a language barrier. But what does she need help with? Well, she needs a pizza and she needs it now.
Oh shit, I gotta go, Q. Wow, he's not going fast. I got your pizza.
Unfortunately, that language barrier ended up being a little bit more important than Kiryu realized, because what she actually needed wasn't a pizza, but rather her visa.
Pizza. I need visa. Visa.
Turns out she had her visa stolen by this guy who, get this, is secretly in love with her, and after Kiryu beats the guy up, he professes his love for Samantha, and they immediately get married.
You think it okay? Absolutely not.
There are actually quite a few sub-stories that reference sound like the beginning of that Robbie Williams song. There are actually quite a few sub-stories that reference some of the previous games, since Yakuza 0 is a prequel. The first of these I completed was Heir to the Family. This sub-story has Kiryu essentially babysitting Daigo Dojima, who is a son of Sohei Dojima, the guy who runs the Dojima family that Kiryu works for. So this guy, and now he's dead. Daigo shows up in future games and eventually takes over the Dojima family, but in this one, he's just a little arsehole. I had to take Daigo to a few places, the first being the arcade. I tried to get him something from the claw machine, but I failed, because it's fucking bullshit. Then he wanted to go to a titty bar, but that's not exactly appropriate for a kid, so we went to a karaoke bar instead. This didn't go well either, because Daigo immediately began bullying a woman, like even the game's getting in on it.
That's fucked up, they're calling her garish woman. She's just old, man. That's fucked up, garish woman.
Then the quest ends with Kiryu needing to rescue Daigo from being kidnapped. It's nothing crazy, but it's cool to see a character who becomes so important later on and gets shot all the fucking time in their youth, right? Like, it's cool to see that. Kiryu has another one of these quests where you can meet Shinji, not that one. But I won't go into this quest because Shinji's only in Yakuza 1/Kiwami and then never again after that. So who cares? He doesn't like the Yakuza and then he joins them later on. What a fucking hypocrite. I also just don't really remember anything about the guy. I remember like one thing about him. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to spoil the future games or whatever in case people haven't played them. Even though I just said Dojima got shot in the head. But I do remember Ryuji Goda as he is the main antagonist of Yakuza 2. But in Yakuza 0, you can actually meet a young Ryuji Goda as Majima in the Rise of the Dragon sub-story. This side quest begins with a high school student begging Majima to borrow his pants. Majima, of course, declines the offer and instead tries to track down the pant thief who turns out to be Ryuji Goda. After beating Ryuji in a fight, literal like 12-year-old by the way,
Quickest hand in the West.
it's revealed that Ryuji has actually been stealing the pants of these high school students as a way to stop his friends from being bullied. There's a little more to it than that, but that's basically what it boils down to. There is one other time you see Ryuji. In this sub-story, Kiryu meets a fortune teller who tells him about his future. The sub-story references events that take place in future games like The Orphanage in 3, becoming a taxi driver in 5, and spending
10 years in the joint.
Then, as Kiryu walks away, he bumps into Ryuji.
Oh! That's fun. I like how there weren't any references to Yakuza 4, because it's like, what the fuck is going on in that one?
A few of the minigames have quests tied to them. I already went over the Pocket Circus stuff, but I am yet to go over the Telephone Club. There are 7 sub-stories tied to this minigame. The way this works is that you have to get a date with the woman on the phone within the time limit. You do this by picking the correct dialogue choices, which fills up this heart. Do this 3 times, then after the 3rd and final time, you will score a date with that woman. Hopefully.
Why do I have to keep going through this shit where I keep getting stood up? I'm the dragon of Dojima.
Because even though you may go through the trials and tribulations of sweet talking the lovely lady on the line, you may not get a date. Or worse, you'll get a date with a massive uggo which takes away your health. It kills you.
Oh, she's not that bad. I thought it was going to be way worse. She's got a bit of a double chin. It's not that bad. She does have kind of a bowling ball head now. I'm looking at it. Are you Maria?
Oh, yum yum yum, what a body you have on you.
So do you.
Oh, how fresh, you naughty boy, but don't get me wrong, I like that. Well, my little lion, let's not dilly-dally.
He's hit the fighting stance. You're such a tease. Oh, the scary noise, and I lost health.
I'll see you later, telephone boy.
She's a titan, man. She looks like fucking Kronos from God of War 3.
But if you're lucky, you might just get a date with the right woman. There are 9 different women that you can go on a date with. These 9 women can be divided into 3 color categories: blue, green, and white. This is gonna get complicated, give me a second, alright? This is because when you're playing the minigame, the woman in the background will have a different colored bikini. This is very important because if the girl has a blue bikini, it means you are talking to either Riku, Asakura, or Mirai. Same goes for the other colors. Only one of these girls in each color is a good date, and getting a date with all 3 of these women is needed for the completion list, but they are also sub-stories.
Yay!
The Sakuras only count as one sub-story because if you get a girl with Sakura in her name, it means that Kiryu will get stood up. So it's the same outcome every single time, even if the girl is green or blue or white or whatever.
Fuck!
Then there are also 3 bad dates. Each of these women also count as sub-stories. So basically, you just have to go on a date with all 3 good women and all 3 bad women, and then just one of the Sakuras. There is a problem, however, and that problem rhymed with SMARNG. You have no control over what woman you go on a date with. All you can really do is see what color bikini she has and hang up if you've already gone on a date with all of those women. There are a lot of times where you'll spend 10 minutes chatting up the woman only for it to be a Sakura or someone you've already gone on a date with.
Oh my god! Ah!
But aside from that, there really isn't too much else for me to say about all of this. I had just played the minigame until I had gone on all 3 good dates and all 3 bad dates and one of the Sakuras. But that was my very last sub-story, which meant I had now unlocked the Joe and So Amon Fights. I have heard that these fights can be really hard, especially So Amon. So I was ready for a real rough time, but that rough time did not come.
Oh, I shouldn't have walked right in front of him. That was silly.
Because I had previously set the game to easy and forgot to change it back because, you know, I had been like playing through the game on hard, and then while doing all the completion list stuff, I was like, I'm gonna set it to easy for fights and, you know, all that other stuff, and I forgot to change it back. So these fights ended up being really easy, especially since I had previously discovered that the slime gun is super OP, and then I discovered that the zap gun is even more overpowered. But anyway.
Got him!
Once I had completed both Amon Fights, I got the Amon Defeated trophy and the Story of My Life trophy. Random completion list stuff. I'm actually not going to go into this stuff because a lot of it melts together and it isn't very interesting. It's literally just a bunch of random shit like eating every item at every restaurant, beating up a lot of guys, riding in a taxi X amount of times, running a lot. I'm just going to skip all this shit because who cares, right? There's more interesting stuff at hand, like the minigames.
I have my controller down and I fucking...
There are 26 minigames in Yakuza 0, and for each one of them, I had some sort of challenge I needed to complete for 100% completion.
Fuck!
I'll start with the easiest and most well-known minigame, that of course being karaoke.
No. Fuck!
There are 6 songs in the game and I had to score over 90 plus to cross them off the completion list. I had to do this as both characters. I assume it's because only Kyu can sing Bakamaitai and Judgment, while only Majima can sing 24 Hour Cinderella. But both characters can sing X3 Shine or 3X Shine or 3 times Shine, times 3 Shine, Heartbreak Mermaid, and Rouge of Love, sort of. I mean, they don't really sing, they just loudly interject. It's really funny, actually. None of the songs were hard. A lot of them I got over 90 on my first attempt, but that might just be because I've played a lot of karaoke in these games. Or maybe I'm fucking cracked, who knows?
Everybody say Rouge of Love.
Disco dancing was not very easy. Well, it was at first, but then it got a lot harder later on. I had to get 3 stars on all 5 songs on each difficulty. This was really easy at first. I managed to beat each song on easy and medium with almost no trouble at all. Even most of the songs on hard were really easy, but for whatever reason, Queen of Passion and I Want to Take You Home were an absolute nightmare for me, especially Queen of Passion. What? The way this minigame works is you move your little guy around on the grid and try to press the right button at the right time. You know, we all know what a rhythm game is. However, the more steps you take with your little guy, the more points you get when you hit the next button. So there's a little bit of risk reward at play as well. You can also build up a combo, which in turn increases the amount of points you get for each successful button press. Using both of these mechanics in tandem can lead to some crazy high scores, unless you're me, aka a chimpanzee. So as you can imagine, there were a lot of failed attempts while trying to beat these 2 songs.
Fucking piece of asshole, man. Fuck you, dude. Huh? Yeah! I did it. Okay.
Boom! I had to do 2 things here, get 10 strikes and earn 10 million yen from split games. Both of these are really easy to do as well. It took me a while, but I did eventually figure out a way to consistently get a strike almost every single time, and getting the 10 million from split games is not hard in the slightest. The split games are essentially puzzles. The pins are arranged in a certain way and you just have to knock all of them down in a single bowl. There are 10 different challenges to complete, ranging from baby mode to even mission control can figure this shit out. What the fuck is this? The easiest ones only pay out a few million, while the harder challenges pay out, way more, but it's not like you need to beat any of the harder challenges to make 10 million, because I sure as shit didn't. I just repeated the 5 easiest challenges until I made 10 million. It took maybe 15 minutes to do that.
Oh, no way! Get the fuck out of town with that shit, man.
Fishing! It's alright. I mean, I'm a big fan of fishing minigames, even though I've only been fishing like once in my entire real life, and that was when I was like 4 years old, so I don't really remember it. I just remember catching a fish, and I think it was too small, so we had to throw it back in the ocean, and I was really bummed about that. But for some reason, I love fishing minigames. I think it's just like the Australian blood in me.
What is that?
We love it. We love fishing in this country. By gosh golly.
What the fuck is that?
Yakuza 0 is, it's alright. It's very simple and it's fun for a bit, but it gets old kind of quick, at least, in my humble opinion. There are 2 types of fish in the game. Freshwater fish, which can be found in the Sotenbori River, of which there are 15 different fish I had to find, and saltwater fish, which can be found at the Tokyo docks, of which there are 18 saltwater fish. Fishing is pretty effortless. You throw your lure in front of a fish, wait for it to get lured in, then once the red line dips into the water, press X and mash the required button until you successfully reel on the fish. Very straightforward.
So what the hell is that? Oh, coelacanth. I already got one of those.
There are different types of fishing rods in the game as well, but for whatever reason the devs decided the best fishing rod was also the easiest one to get. Literally, all you have to do is just go to the pawn shop, PAWN, and buy the peerless pole for 30 million yen, which is absolute chump change in this game. You're definitely going to want to buy the peerless pole because it allows you to cast your line the furthest, which you'll need to do to catch certain types of fish, and it also allows you to reel in the fish much faster. It takes like 2 seconds.
Oh, holy shit! Why's he got like a underbite?
Getting each fish was really easy for the most part. Each shape means a different type of fish, and there are multiple different types of fish this shape could be. Take this grey blob for example. This could be a squid, a prawn, a crab, or a fugu fish, or it could be some trash. I have no clue what it is until I finally reel in my catch. Basically what I'm trying to say is there is RNG, and while I managed to catch most fish without any trouble, every so often the game just felt like being a dick and refused to give me what I wanted. But speaking of dicks, the oarfish. Holy shit, this one sucks.
Oh, you fucking dog!
There are a few select fish that are uncommon and you'll need to use quality bait to get them to show up, and even then, that's not guaranteed to happen. The oarfish is easily the hardest of these to find. Not only does it rarely show up even with bait, but if it does decide to show up, there is a very likely chance it'll spawn in bugged. In order to get a fish to notice the lure and bite it, the fish has to see it, so the lure needs to be in front of the fish's face. The oarfish is bugged so that its face is literally out of bounds. You can't possibly cast the lure that far. It's so bullshit, dude. I did read a lot of guides and apparently it is still possible to catch the oarfish when it's positioned like this, but I had no such luck and I just backed out until I finally got the oarfish to spawn correctly.
Come on, lucky lost piece of bait. Am I gonna get it? No. Wait, is that it? No, it's not. Wait, is that it up top? Holy shit, that's it! Right there! Come on, dude! Oh! Come on, oarfish! Yes! Oh my god, what a freak. Holy shit, what a monster. Oh my god, lucky last piece of bait too.
Woo! There are 30 video clips in the game, and I had to watch all 30 of them. All 30 of them. Watch them. Trying to watch every video clip isn't actually as simple as I thought it was going to be. Turns out these are basically collectibles. The way you unlock the video clip for each woman is by interacting with that woman in the world of Yakuza, because the gooners at RGG thought it was a good idea to put a bunch of Japanese adult film stars in the game as random NPCs you can meet. Some of them are the platinum hostesses at the Cabaret Club, some of them are friends you can make, some of them are in random quests. You get the idea. Most of these were really easy to unlock, but there were a few that were a little bit tougher, most notably the 3 girls at the telephone club. This isn't a minigame, but it's horny, so I'm throwing it in here. There are 45 cards in Kamurocho and Sotenbori, so 90 cards in total, and I would need to find every single one of them for the completion list. None of the cards are hard to find since the maps are so small, and you can get an item called the telephone card finder pretty early on, which will make a sound whenever you're near a telephone card. So by the end of the game, I already had the majority of cards, and I just used the guide to find the last remaining cards. As far as collectibles go, this was pretty tame. It's nothing like 100 feathers in Assassin's Creed 2.
You gonna talk?
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
The arcade. There are 4 arcade games I had to play and the claw machine, which is what I'll start with. I had to get all 15 prizes from the claw machine for the completion list. Most of these items are easy enough to obtain if you can get the right angle and hook the claw onto something. But a few of these things, my goodness. These bunch hand things, fuck them.
Oh, that's right on the money, dude.
Listen, you fuckers, you screwheads. Here is a man who would not take it anymore.
Alright. That was the last one. That was literally the last one I needed. Okay.
Outrun. I fucking hate Outrun. Outrun is a racing game which is a genre I don't play very often. It's never been one I've particularly liked, nor been good at. So as you can imagine, trying to get 5 million points in Outrun, it did not go well.
Oh! Oh! Oh, shit! You fuck! Oh! Whoa! Oh! Stupid dog, I'm driving. Oh! Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Bullshit. 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 Oh, never mind. No fucking rock. Fuck. I knew I shouldn't have taken that space spice. Oh, 5 million, bitch. Fuck you, I won. Oh, see you later, alligator. That's it, Joy. To commemorate this win. There it is. That's my completion list. Oh, let's go!
Super Hang-On. I fucking hate this game.
Oh!
Super Hang-On is basically the exact same as Outrun, except you're driving a bike, which means it went about as well as Outrun.
No, I'm so close. I'm so close to 5 million. Please, I got 15 seconds. Fuck off, you fucking fat bitch. No! Oh! You fuck. Bad start. Bad start. Fucking interference. Ref. Hey. Hey. Oh!
No, it's happening again. It's happening again.
Don't happen again. Don't happen again. Don't happen to me again. I have 7 seconds. Oh.
It's happening again.
Come on, please. Oh, I got a checkpoint. Oh, I made it. I did it. I got it. Fuck. There we go. Joe Nut. Ah!
Space Harrier. I fucking hate Space Harrier. I actually found Space Harrier to be the easiest out of all the arcade games, which is interesting because from what I had heard before going into this, Space Harrier was pretty tough. But I figured out pretty early on if you just move around the edge of the screen and watch out for obstacles while holding down the shoot button, you can get through each stage pretty easily. So it really didn't take me too long to get the 5 million points.
Oh, 50 billion points. I got it. Oh, 50 billion points. Look at that.
Fantasy Zone. I actually fucking hate Fantasy Zone.
Oh!
The other games I was joking about, I actually like Outrun and I'm indifferent on the other two, but Fantasy Zone genuinely sucks and I hate it. This time around, I had to get 100,000 points, which I thought would be a lot easier. It wasn't.
Here's a man who would not take it anymore.
The objective of Fantasy Zone is to destroy all the generators in the level to advance to the next stage, and at the end of every level, there's a boss fight. You can buy upgrades at the shop with money you earn after defeating enemies. There are different weapons, thrusters, bombs, and even extra lives, but each time you buy one of these things, its price will double for the next time you try to buy it, because if you get hit once, you die and lose all of your upgrades and have to buy them again. The best way to get points is by destroying generators and defeating that stage's boss. You do get points from killing the random mobs, but it's such a negligible amount, it's pretty much not even worth trying to kill them. I did try to get 100,000 points this way by farming these enemies in the first level, but this was a complete waste of time. It took forever just to get halfway there, and the longer you spend in a level, the tougher enemies get, so it's pointless. Don't do that.
Oh!
Stage 1. Plowleaf. Or some shit, I don't know.
This is the first level, so it's going to be pretty easy. It's not easy when you first play it, but compared to future levels, it's a cakewalk. The boss for this stage is just this chunk of wood that spits leaves. It's really easy. You just have to shoot it in the mouth when it opens up. It's really not that hard.
Stage 2. Tabas.
This is noticeably harder from the get-go. There are more enemies, they shoot immediately, and they're more erratic. In the first level, enemies just went left and right for the most part. In Tabas, they're going left, right, up, down, doing loop-de-loops, 900s, kickflips, stanky legs, fouettes, and a lot more. The boss for this level is whatever the hell this is supposed to be. It has these balls that move around it, which are the things you need to shoot, but you'll also need to watch out and avoid its rainfall. It just shoots a bunch of gunk into the sky, which falls and you have to avoid it.
Stage 3. Ladoon.
No! Oh, I fucking hate Fantasy Zone.
This might be the worst stage of all the ones I played. Most of my runs died here because of the sheer amount of garbage on screen.
Oh!
Hello. I'm back. I'm just gonna skip the rest of this because it's not interesting. I just complain a lot about the entire level. I make some jokes, but they're not funny and they're just fucking cringe. So I'm just gonna cut this part. This level sucks. Tabas sucks. There's just 100,000 enemies. They're constantly spawning in and it's really hard to shoot the generators. And then the boss at the end of this level is like a gray guy. He's got some triangles on him. You got to shoot those, and each time you destroy one of them, his rate of fire increases, so he starts shooting faster, and he's gonna destroy all of those. It was really hard at first, but it got a lot easier the 10,000 times I had to do it, so it sucked, but it wasn't that bad in hindsight.
Oh!
Stage 4. Dolmika?
This was it. The final stage. Not of the game, there are more after this.
What the fuck are those, broccoli?
But beating this stage meant I would finally have 100,000 points. So it's a good thing this stage has the easiest boss fight. Just kidding, it's the hardest.
Oh my god. I did it! Oh, I did it! Hold on, pause it. There it is.
Pull! I had to pull off 3 combination shots and 3 Karam shots, as well as make 10 million from puzzle pool. It really wasn't that hard to make 10 million. All I did was choose the easiest course, which I was still terrible at somehow. I mean, you know, checks out.
What?
There were only 3 rounds I had to complete to make 10 million, so this really wasn't that bad in hindsight, but in the moment, I definitely got too heated.
What? Completely missed! Alright, here we go. One shot. One opportunity. Alright, let me walk up to my TV and check the trajectory. Okay, here we go. I'm right in front of my TV. That is gonna go... Hold on, I need a ruler. Fuck. I don't know where a ruler is. I'm gonna use my arm. Straight shot. That is... No, that's not gonna get it. I need to... okay. If an angle... Okay, check the arm. Arm on the TV. TV is hot. That is a hot TV. Here we go. Don't. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. You fucking dog. You're a fucking dog.
Then I had to get 3 combination shots and 3 Karam shots.
No!
To get a combination shot, I had to hit the cue ball, which is the white ball, into the object ball, which is whatever ball is up here. That's the legal ball. I need to hit that for the shot to count. I then had to hit the object ball into another ball, which gets knocked into one of the pockets. So Q hits O, where O then hits A into the hole. That's a combination shot. It's pretty easy to set up, and it wasn't very hard for me to do 3 of these. To get a Karam shot, I had to hit the cue ball into the object ball, where the cue ball will then hit another ball into the pocket. So you hit Q, which then hits O, and then Q bounces into A, where A then falls into the pocket. The best way to set this up is to get your object ball and another ball all the way to the end of the table. Then you line them up against the edge of the table, making sure you have enough space in between both balls so you can angle the stick down when trying to shoot. If there isn't enough room between the balls, you can't angle the stick down, which means that the cue ball won't bounce back. Once you've set everything up, prepare to shoot the cue ball into the object ball with as much power as possible while angling the stick down. And hopefully the cue ball will hit the O ball so hard that the cue ball bounces back and hits A into the pocket. Do that 3 times and that's that.
Ah!
Darts!
Boom! Oh shit.
This time I had to get 10 hat tricks and make 10 million yen from darts. To get a hat trick, you have to get a bullseye 3 times in a row. So while it's not hard, it'll probably take a hot minute, especially when you only have the shitty beginner darts. But once you get a pair of better darts, it becomes so much easier to get a hat trick.
What is that? That's my 5th hat trick. Oh, what the fuck? 10? What?
To make the 10 million, you have to bet money against your opponent in a game. At first, you can only go up against the passionate darts player. He's pretty easy to beat, but you don't make that much out of him. You only get like $1 million after beating him. But after you beat him, you'll be introduced to this shady fellow. And he'll offer to play a game of cricket. I like cricket. I figured the shady fellow would be harder to beat, but in reality, he was easier than the last guy.
Is he purposely trying to lose? Why does he keep throwing it out like an idiot?
In fact, he was really bad. Too bad.
I won! I'm just gonna keep going for the bullseyes, man. That AI's overthinking. It pays to be a moron.
Turns out the shady part of Shady Fellow actually meant something, because after betting another 5 million yen, which would mean I would have the 10 million if I won, the Shady Fellow revealed himself to be a dodgy
Just hanging around.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He got it. Oh god, miss again, please. Oh no, he's got 200 points. Oh my god, what is this? Why is he, what the fuck? Why is he got fucking Terminator T-1000 aim? What is the hell? Bullshit. No! Oh, okay. It does, it gives me the, are you sure? I got irrationally mad there for a second. Yeah! Oh! That's it. Oh my god, this is bullshit, man! That's bullshit! Oh, okay, I'm gonna do it twice, and then I'm just gonna cut my losses. Oh, one. There it is. Get me out of this. Clocking out, even though I feel like I could actually beat this guy now. I know I said it last time. No, I'm not. I'm gonna cash out, get my money. But I know I can do it, dude. I know I can do it. I know I can beat this motherfucker. I know it. I fucking lost. Are you kidding me?
Baseball. For the batting cages, I just had to make 10 million again, but this is another one that was a real bitch.
No, there it was.
Each time you hit one of the goals, you make a little cash, but the buy-in is 5 million yen to begin with. So I would need to make at least over 5 million yen to make any sort of profit, but you would need to hit at least 6 goals to make any sort of profit, and that's the issue I had. I would just fuck it up before I could even get there.
And I missed!
I tried this one trick where you look at the bat instead of the ball, because when the ball comes in a hitting range, key will tense up, which is your cue to hit the ball. And this does work pretty well, but I eventually stopped doing it because I still wasn't working, I still wasn't getting any better, and at the end of the day, it all comes down to timing.
Oh, motherfucker! Holy shit! Oh my! Whoa! Holy moly, dude! Wait, what? Was it just 5 million this whole time? Oh, it was just 5 million. Whatever. I thought it was 10 million. It's just 5. Fuck it. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Never again. I'm done. See you later.
Gambling. I don't have it in me anymore. The excitement is gone. It's one of those days. There are, of course, your standard gambling games that we all know and love and lose everything to.
Hey, what a busted!
Like blackjack, poker, baccarat, and roulette. But Yakuza also includes some Japanese favorites, some of which are as easy as throwing a couple dice in a bowl, and others are mahjong.
Oh.
But for now, I'll just stick to the easy stuff, beginning with poker.
Oh! 2 aces! 3 aces!
I have never been good at poker. Not that I've played it in real life, but I have played a lot of it in Red Dead 2. And I did not know what I was doing at all that entire time. I would mostly lose, and if I did win, it was out of pure luck because I didn't know any of the hands and I was too lazy to learn them. Flash forward to 2026, and I have since played Balatro. And by playing Balatro, I have learned the hands. I now know what a straight is, a flush, a royal flush, a straight flush, pair, 2 pair, 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind. I learned all of this from playing Balatro, the game with the clown on it. Are you fucking kidding me? This game sucks, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? God fucking damn it, dude. And because I did this, I got my 10 million in like 20 minutes. It was so easy, and I actually enjoyed it. I had fun playing poker for once. That has never happened before. But Blackjack was quite the opposite. Blackjack was about the only game I liked because I knew how to play it. You just gotta get to 21, like that's pretty simple. Not in Yakuza, though. Yeah, in this game, it is so rigged.
Get the fuck out.
This isn't me exaggerating things like I usually do. I genuinely think Blackjack is rigged, and I'm not the only one. Maybe all the games are rigged, I don't know, but there is no doubt in my mind Blackjack has some funny business going on. Since I only had to make 5 million yen this time, I came up with a a quick and dirty strategy. I would buy into a new game, and then if I won at the end of the first round, I would immediately cash out. Doing this would net me 100,000 yen each time, because if I had anything less than the amount I bought in for, I would be in the negatives, and I wouldn't make any money, obviously. So if I bought in for 20,000 chips, I would need to make at least 21,000 chips to make a profit and add that amount to the completion list.
32%.
But if I lost that initial hand, I would still keep playing until I had made over 20,000 chips, unless I had lost so much that I just decided to cut my losses instead. Overall, I think it took me around 50 minutes to do this.
Holy shit, fuck that, it's rigged. Get out, dude, get out.
Baccarat was up next, but I don't have anything to say about it because I made 10 million immediately.
Whoa! How much was that? Alright, boom, okay, I did it. Alright, moving on to roulette.
For roulette, my strategy was pretty simple. You can only bet a maximum of 10,000 chips, so what I did was bet 1,000 on 10 different numbers. If I won, I would get a payout of 36,000 chips. Then I would cash out and make between 1.6 and 2.6 million yen, depending on how much I had lost before I won. Doing it like this only took about 15 minutes. This was very easy. I looked this up. This was someone else's strategy I stole. Now we move on to the weird stuff, aka the Japanese stuff, like CeeLo. For this game, you throw 3 dice into a bowl while trying to compete for the best point. Whoever has the best point wins. It goes from 1 to 6, lowest to highest. There are certain combinations you can get, some of which are really good, and some of which will make you lose all of your money. It's simple, but I like it. You know, it only took about 40 minutes to make a million. It sounds like a bit, but it really wasn't that bad. Oicho Kabu. This is basically just blackjack, except you're going for 9 instead of 21. Each card has a numerical value, and you have to get as close to 9 as you can without going over. But instead of going bust, you just go back to 1 or, you know, whatever. So if you were to have 9 and then you got 5, you wouldn't have 14, you'd have 4, right? Only the 1s are counted in this game. I do not care for Oicho Kabu, it is absolute bullshit, and the game is 100% rigged. Again.
I have 2. I have 3! Wow! What a wonderful thing. What a beautiful little thing. I just lost 2,000.
Koi Koi. This was the most confusing thing I had ever seen.
Nah!
But as it turns out, it was actually pretty simple. You have a bunch of cards and you have to try and match your cards with the cards in the middle. When you take one of the middle cards, that is added to a stack. There are certain hands you can make with a different amount of points. For example, 5 of these ribbon cards nets you 5 points. But like individually, it's not like they're worth 1 point. So it's not like you have 4 of them and you have 4 points. You have to get 5 of them for it to count. Capiche? The easiest way that I found to win, aside from just being good at the game, was to try and get the hands Moon Viewing, Cherry Blossom Viewing, and 3 Lights, since all you need are just 2 or 3 cards and they score at least 5 points. The big thing with Koi Koi is that you need to learn the hand types to really be effective, but I'm too lazy for that, so I just tried to brute force it by going for those 3 hands every time, and it worked. Chohan! I accidentally deleted all the footage I had of me doing this. This is not the first time it has happened, and it will not be the last. But anyway, in Chohan, the dealer throws 2 dice into a cup, and you have to guess whether the dice will be odds or evens. It's very simple. That's all it is. If you do well enough, the dealer will let you bet on individual numbers themselves for an even greater payout. So what I did was constantly bet 200 points on Snake Eyes. Of course, you know, I lost a lot. But eventually, the dice did come up with my lucky numbers, which gave me all the money I needed. Shogi! Shogi was also a part of the batch of footage that I deleted, but it's not a big deal because this time I didn't need to make any money because Shogi isn't gambling, it's just chess. I only needed to win 5 Shogi games without a takeback. It should come as no surprise to you people, as it's been established many times throughout these videos, I'm a bit of a moron, I'm a bit of a dipshit, and therefore I have no patience nor the mental capacity for chess, which is bad because I was gonna have to play chess, or so I thought. Turns out you can win 5 Shogi games pretty easily by doing this one simple trick.
Hello. Okay, challenge mode. What challenge do you want to take on? Want to do challenge 1? What you gotta do is you gotta move your whichever one this is that are there. I don't know what it's supposed to be. You move that to the left, right, and then you move your pawn forward twice. That gets killed by that pawn, and then you move your thing there, and then you move it to the second row from the top. Boom. You can promote it or don't promote it. Doesn't matter because we're just gonna use it in checkmate. So then, what do you do here? Oh, that's right. You move this pawn forward because it's your bishop, and they can only move diagonally. So then you move your bishop directly into the middle, and then that'll move that, and then you can move your bishop there. And then you promote it. No, I fucked it up. I don't remember what it was. God damn it, I have to do it again. I didn't play much of shogi because it's chess and I don't like chess and I don't understand it because I'm bad at it. Alright, so yeah, move that forward, then move that into the middle, move, there, promote that. Oh fuck, I forgot what it, there? No! I keep forgetting how to fucking do it! Alright, hold on. That's time to jump. Alright, here we go, third time. Move your thing, left 1. Then you move that up to get sacrificed. And you move that to the second thing. Don't promote it that time, you know, because the other times I did promote it. This time I'm not gonna. Okay, that goes in the middle, and it goes to there. And then you promote that, and then you move it up forward 1. That's what you're supposed to do. So yeah, that's how you get 5. That's how you complete 5 shogi games without take back. Be sure to like and subscribe. Rate the video 5 stars.
Mahjong? Oh no. I had attempted to play Mahjong back when I first played this game, but like most people, quickly dropped it after not understanding what the hell was going on and seeing just how many rules there were. However, I couldn't skip it this time, which meant I was just gonna have to nut up and learn how to play Mahjong. Turns out it's actually pretty easy. You have 14 tiles and you're trying to get a mixture of straights, triplets, and pairs to make up those 14 tiles. You do this by discarding the tiles you don't want and hope you get the ones you do want, because each of these tiles has a numerical value, 1 through 9. There are 3 suits, those being circles, bamboo, and characters. There are also 4 wind tiles and 3 dragon tiles, but don't worry about those. Occasionally they can be useful, but most of the time you just end up discarding them. If you can get a triplet of one of these, then that's good, but once again, it's pretty uncommon. There are a billion different hand types you can make up in order to win, and the harder something is to make, the more points it's worth. You can also steal tiles from other players after they discard them, but you have to be very careful because this can screw you over if you do it willy-nilly, and you also won't get as many points if you win by stealing tiles. So with all that out of the way, let's get into the meat and potatoes. First things first, I finally got the What a Player trophy for playing every single minigame at least once. For the completion list, I of course had to make 10 million yen, but I also had to go out 10 times, which just means like win 10 times. I had to go out with Mangan 5 times, which means I had to win with 5 Han, which basically just means win with a really good hand. You can still get Mangan if you have less than 5 Han, but I don't really know how that works, I just know you can. I had to get Hanuman, which means I have to win with 6 Han. I had to win with Richi Ipatsu, which means I have to call Richi and then get the exact last tile I need in the next rotation. And then I had to win with a full straight, which just means I need to have 1 through 9 of one suit in my hand and win. In the beginning, I had no idea what I was doing, but by pure luck, I got Richi Ipatsu and Hanuman on my very first win.
Immediately I'm knocking it all off.
Unfortunately, this instilled a false sense of hope because for the next 5 days, I would spend an hour or 2 playing Mahjong each night. It sucked. After like an hour of playing Mahjong, my brain would be so fried, I couldn't think 2 steps ahead. And it didn't help that there were so many times I would have a pretty decent hand built up, only for the AI to call Ron or Sumo and win, just as I'm about to get something good, I swear, every time. But each night, I chipped away at it and slowly but surely managed to get the rare win under my belt and finally make 10 million yen, go out 10 times, go with Megan 5 times, and finally go out with a full straight.
Oh, there it is.
Wow. Mahjong, it's not great, that's for sure, but man is it overhyped because the worst thing in this game, without a doubt in my mind, is the JCC.
The shit out of that. Yes! Yes!
I know I say this in every video, but this is genuinely one of the worst things I have ever done for a video. I must state a new rule going forward that I'm gonna forget about. If I ever say something is the worst thing ever, I now have to declare it as omega dog shit, because I exaggerate a lot, and I say things that suck are the worst thing ever when in reality they're just kind of annoying and I'm still a little pissed about it. So from now on, if I say something is actually one of the worst things I have ever done in a game, game and mean it, I will now have to declare it as Omega Bad. And holy shit, is the Catfight Club absolute Omega dog shit.
Oh, this sucks. This is fucking garbage. This is fucking terrible. Don't platinum this stupid fucking game.
For the JCC, I had to win a total of 100 million yen for the completion list, and I also had to get the trophy Cat Scratch Fever, which is unlocked by winning 10 3-round tournaments. So why exactly is the Catfight Club such ass? It is almost entirely luck-based, because it's quite literally rock, paper, scissors. No joke. You have your 3 choices and you just have to hope the AI picks the wrong thing. You choose rock and they choose scissors, and you win. You choose rock and they choose paper, you lose. But then this is the worst part. If you choose rock and they choose rock, you are forced to button mash to win. This is the worst part of the catfights. I know it sounds like the most weak-willed gamer shit ever, but it is ridiculous how fucking hard you have to mash that button.
Oh, dude, I look like Danny from The Shining.
But even when you do that, it doesn't really matter, because most of the time the game's just gonna fuck you over and you're gonna lose anyway.
What? Fuck off! It makes no sense!
To add yet another layer of bullshit, there are different levels of damage that can be done. White being the weakest, then blue, green, red, and finally rainbow, which does a huge amount of damage on its own, but you can also mash circle to do even more bonus damage. However, this is completely random. You have no control over how much damage you'll do, and it especially sucks when you fight tooth and nail through the first 2 rounds, only to get destroyed 3 seconds into the 3rd.
Oh my god, dude. The catfights suck.
There are 8 different fighters to choose from, and it sorta matters who you pick, but not that much. Each fighter has a special ability that has a completely random chance of triggering. Some of these, like Vitality, will replenish some of the fighter's health during the fight. One of them, called Initiative, means that the fighter has a chance of preemptively attacking at the beginning of the fight. But by far and away the most cheap and bullshit of these abilities is Comeback. This ability, if it triggers, means that even if the fighter loses, they still have a chance to come back and instantly win anyway. Now, because of this ability, I chose Maria for almost every single fight, even though her stats suck. I don't really have any advice on how to beat this. The only thing I did was use rock over and over again because I didn't really see any point trying to figure out what the computer was going to do. I tried a few things. You know, one thing I did was I would switch to paper, and then at the last possible second I'll switch back to rock, and I was convinced this worked, but I don't think it did. I think I psyoped myself, because that's what this is, dude. You're like, there has to be some sort of little trick I can do to beat it, to beat the machine. There are no tricks. You look it up, you look up guides, you look up advice. It's people saying the most insane, batshit, crazy garbage, and you're like, oh, let me try that, and then you try it and lose immediately, right? And it's like, okay, are they onto something, or did I just get unlucky? I don't know. It's a fucking insane asylum. It took many failed matches to finally get there, but I did get the 100 million after my first win because I bet like 99 million and ended up making like 900 million. And now all I had to do was win 9 more tournaments, which took 2 weeks. This was genuinely, no joke, no exaggeration, one of the most miserable experiences I have had while trophy hunting and possibly gaming. This completely burnt me out on the game. I started this platinum in early October. By this point, it was late January.
See? Come on. That's not gonna be enough, dude. That's not gonna be enough to take her out, is it? I gotta mash the shit out of Sega right now. Oh! Holy shit! I'm almost. Oh god, I'm lightheaded from that. Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh! Oh god!
After having finally beaten the catfight, I only had 2 more things left to complete, and that was to beat 25 Coliseum opponents and win 50 Coliseum tournaments, as well as get the trophy prize fighter for defeating 30 enemies in Endless Route. This is your standard fight club / arena type deal. There are 3 rounds, and the goal is to beat your opponent. You can rank up, and each time you unlock new and tougher fights. Eventually, once you reach rank B, you unlock Endless Route, and as you can probably guess, these are just endless back-to-back fights, and they're all pretty easy. At least the first 30 are, and that's all I needed for the trophy.
Hey, there it is.
Defeating 25 enemies was also super easy, and it didn't take very long either.
What? What? What?
Winning 50 tournaments took way longer. I mean, it was only like 2 hours. It actually, it really wasn't that bad. I mostly just replayed the first tournament over and over again since all the fighters are super easy to beat and I could complete it in like 30 seconds. So I just grinded this out until I had finally completed 50 tournaments and achieved 100% completion.
100%. 100%. 130 hours and 38 minutes.
But now, there are only 2 trophies left. The Stuff of Legend for completing the game on Legend difficulty, and Just Beat It for completing all 32 Climax Battles. I will now be talking about the Climax Battles. Oh my god, it does not end. The 32 Climax Battles are split into 4 categories: Proving Grounds, Melee, Millionaire, and Ultimate. I began with the 10 Proving Grounds battles. The first 2 of these were just basic fights, very easy, but for battle number 3, I had to avoid taking any damage for as long as possible. This sounds kinda hard, it's not, super easy. I don't think there's a minimum amount of time you have to survive for, so you can probably just get hit immediately and still win. But I survived for like a minute.
Oh shit, that scared the fuck out of me.
Battle number 4 was just beat up more guys, right? Like most of them were that. Battle number 5 was the first bad one.
Fuck off!
It wasn't bad, especially compared to some fights in the very near future, but it's the first one that actually gave me trouble and I actually had to develop a strategy to beat it. I wasn't like splitting the atom or anything, I just realized I should probably focus on the tough guy first and then his cronies after I've beaten him. Battle number 6. This one I also did not care for. I had to make 30 million yen from beating up the Arashis. To make money out of the Arashis, I had to knock them to the ground. But something to be aware of is this wake up move they do. This will knock Majima down, which both costs a lot of time getting back up, but it will also make you lose heat, which sucks because the more heat you have, the more money you make, and if you don't have enough heat, you're not gonna make much money, especially the way I was doing it. What I kept trying to do was get one of them stuck in a corner and then slap them in the head to knock them down. This is not a good idea since they would just get up, spin kick me, and I'd lose.
Ow, fuck off.
But after some experimentation, I discovered that if I stuck to the middle of the dance floor and did this spinning kick, I could knock down the Arashis far enough that they couldn't hit me with their wake-up attack. So for the rest of the battle, I would repeat this, making sure to stay out of their vicinity until I had finally reached 30 million yen.
Fuck off, finally. That sucks. It's actually not that bad.
Battle number 7. This was literally one of the Miss Tatsu training courses, so, forget about it. Battle number 8. This one I wanted to blow my brains out on. I mean, I didn't, obviously. Anyway, battle number 8 is, without a doubt, the worst out of all of these Climax battles. It's Omega bad, there we go. Because Majima is slowly dying, his fighting style randomly changes every couple of seconds, and it's a little bit harder to see. Just as a little cherry on top. There's a lot to unpack here, but I'm going to start off with something that's probably going to piss some people off. I do not like playing as Majima. I don't think he's bad, he's just not my thing. I don't like his moveset, it doesn't jive with me. Unfortunately, I have to use his moveset, and I'm now realizing how much I don't like it.
Just pick up the fucking cannon! Not over there!
Despite this fight being absolute dog shit, I cannot underestimate it. It's awful.
Oh cool, I swapped the fucking thing out.
It was possible and there were things I could do to make it easier. The main thing was to use heat moves as often as I could, because while doing a heat move you won't lose any health, but you're still doing damage to the enemy, which is useful on its own, but after you come out of the animation your health still won't drain until you swap styles. And if you manage to get off a combo which keeps you locked in this animation, like Majima's spin, you won't automatically change style in this animation, so you can prolong the amount of time before your health starts draining again. Once I found this out, this fight suddenly became doable. With that being said, it is much easier said than done, but now I actually had a strategy to beat this fight, and after a few more attempts, I finally beat battle number 8.
Come on! Yes! Oh! Wait. Oh, I fucking did it!
Battle number 9 and 10. I'm grouping these together because they're basically the same thing. For these, I had to beat 4 rounds of enemies without getting hit a single time. These are pretty rough, especially Majima's, but there was a strat. The rounds follow a pattern. Easy guys, tough guy, easy guys, tough guy. My strat was to build up as much heat as I could on the easy guys to then use it next round on the tough guy. This didn't work as well as Majima since his Mad Dog style uses a lot of heat, but whatever, who cares? I did it, that's all that matters.
Oh! Oh, fuck you!
And those are all of the Proving Grounds battles. Only 22 more to go. The melee battles were similar, but they did have their differences. Most notably, these are timed, which is not great. What the fuck? Melee battle number 1 was super easy. I just had to beat up some guys as Kiryu, and I had a minute and a half to do it.
Kojima! Holy shit, I just beat up Kojima!
Unfortunately, the next battle was immediately harder and made me want to eat nails.
No, I'm not even gonna watch that happen.
My issue with this fight is that I kept running out of time, and I realized pretty quickly that the best way to combat this was to spam heat moves, because it freezes the timer and it continues to do damage. However, Majima's heat moves can be kinda hard to pull off. A lot of them require you to be positioned in a certain way or to wait for the enemy to attack first, but there is one heat move where Majima needs the enemy on the ground. All I had to do to set it up was knock the enemy to the ground, which is really easy to do. Once I figured this out, I spammed the shit out of it, and I still barely won.
Oh, I don't know. I got scared towards the end. I had like 3, 4, 5 seconds left. Oh, that was so brutal. He just fucking jabbed his eyes out.
Battle number 3 was super easy. It took me like a minute. Why can't there be more of these?
That was so easy.
Battle number 4, surprise, surprise, it was hard. It's kind of the same problem I had with number 2, so there isn't anything new for me to say about it, just that it took around 4 or 5 attempts and I only had about 3 seconds left.
Oh!
Battle number 5. This was probably the first hard Kiryu level. This time I had to use the beast style, which is very slow and it's hard to dodge. But hey, it's not like there are any gun guys. Oh wait, there are 4 of them.
Okay, we're doing this. We're doing this, are we? Oh, here we go. Oh, dude, the guns are actually the worst fucking thing in these games. Oh!
Battle number 6. It's Majima, so you know what that means.
Why is there a rich guy in the back?
Battle number 7. This one was actually kind of neat because it's almost a puzzle. You have a whopping 10 seconds to defeat 8 guys. Obviously, that's impossible through conventional means.
What?
All the way on the complete other side of the arena is a shotgun, and what I had to do in those 10 seconds was retrieve it and use it to eliminate all 8 enemies. Battle number 8 was also very similar to battle number 7, except this time I had to retrieve a cannon from behind these barrels. Then battles 9 and 10 were both very easy, as they were just normal fights that took a couple minutes to complete. Those were all the melee battles. Next up were millionaire battles. All I had to do for battle number 1 was beat Mr. Shakedown. Simple enough.
Well, I lost.
I did cheese it though, because I'm not good at fighting Mr. Shakedown, and he's scary, he'll kill you in like one hit. So what I did was bait him into charging at me, and then I would just run up behind him, hit him with a light attack followed by a heavy attack, and just repeat that like 1,000 times, and that was it.
Oh!
And now I was planning on doing the exact same thing for battle number 2, but the devs seemingly knew this and set this fight in a really cramped alley. I still played it really safe, only attacking when there was a big opening, which took quite a while, but overall, it wasn't too bad.
Yes! Oh.
For battle number 3, I had to make 10 million yen before the timer ran out. Very easy, I beat it on my second attempt. Battle number 4 was also pretty much the same thing, but I had to make 30 million without taking any damage, which sounds really bad, but it actually only took me around 20 seconds.
There it is. Alright, that was actually really easy.
Then battles 5 and 6 were the same thing, pretty much. Now, I had to defeat 2 Mr. Shakedowns. This was really easy. Turns out they have way less health and they die super easily. I thought this was going to be really hard. Nah, so not. And that is the last of the millionaire battles. There are only 6 of them. The only thing that remains are the 6 ultimate battles. For battle number 1, I just had to fight a random group of guys, Oda and Kuze. This only took 2 attempts, with Oda being the hardest fight out of all of these.
Here we go. Boom, idiot. Fuck you. Dumbass.
But immediately after, with battle number 2, it got so much harder. This time I had to fight Lee, Nishitani, and Sarah. Lee was really easy. I just spammed the bat spin move. I don't know what to call it, this one. But Nishitani pretty quickly showed me how much of a fool I was.
Oh, fuck me.
While I had the right idea about stun locking enemies, I was going about it the wrong way. That's because I was using the wrong fighting style. I was using Slugger when I probably should have been using Breaker, because this ground spin spin move is so OP when you can get it off. It keeps the boss stunned and it does a ridiculous amount of damage. It's incredible. So by spamming this spin, I was able to easily take down Lee and Nishitani. But of course, it can never be that simple because the third and final boss was Sarah, who for some inexplicable reason is ridiculously hard.
What?
You fight him later on in other fights and he's not nearly as hard, but for some reason in this one specific fight, he's so hard. Why? And of course, Breaker doesn't work, he just kicks you out of it. So there were 3 ways I could go about this. I could fight him normally, yuck, absolutely not. I could wait for Sarah to attack and then at the exact right moment hit him with a counter attack that does a shit ton of damage, or I could slowly chip away at his health by dodging out of the way as he attacks and following it up with a kick to the head. This is what I did because the other 2 are hard and require actual skill. With that being said, this was one of the most tense experiences I have had playing this game because it took so long just to whittle his health down, and there were a good couple times I got him pretty low and then I got greedy and then I got killed. And if you die, you gotta do all 3 fights again.
Oh! Oh!
From battle number 3 onwards, these became a lot easier, despite the fact I had to beat 5 enemies in a row and eventually 10. I pretty much just spammed the spin move as Majima and this backhand punch as Kiryu. Literally, these 2 moves carried me through almost every single fight with ease, and after completing the 6th and final ultimate fight, I unlocked the Just Beat It trophy.
Oh! Just beat it.
Now, there was only one last trophy left before I had the Yakuza 0 Platinum. The stuff of Legend. All I had to do was beat the game on the hardest difficulty. Legend doesn't change too much, but what it does change is pretty important. Obviously, it makes the game harder by making enemies do more damage, but you also have less time to do QTEs and heat actions do less damage. But the biggest and scariest change is that there are no more checkpoints. When I need to save, I'll have to do it at one of the phone booths scattered around the map. This is the worst part of Legend because Yakuza has a lot of long combat encounters and even a few escort missions, and if I fail any of these, it could set me back who knows how long. Having begun the game again, I was, as to be expected, extremely nervous, but these nerves wouldn't last long because I quickly found out that Legend really isn't that bad, at least not at first. With that being said, I did decide to make some preparations by buying as many healing items, slime guns, and shotguns as I could. Healing items is self-explanatory, but I would use slime guns for tough, singular enemies like bosses, while I would use shotguns for large groups of enemies. I still only use these weapons sparingly because they cost a lot of money to buy, and they also cost a lot to repair to get your ammo back, and I wasn't gonna have much money to spend during this playthrough. Luckily, I could get a bit of a monetary head start at the beginning of the game by talking to Bob Utsunomiya via Exchange Kai. You can redeem a bunch of rewards from Bob, most of which were useless in this playthrough, but there were a few things that were nice. I got a sacrifice stone which I can equip to save me from dying, but it breaks in the process. I got a Marlin cannon for Kiryu which can be used to blow up a group of close-knit enemies, which can come in very handy at one specific part of the game. I got a slime gun for Majima, and for both characters I got a gold plate, platinum plate, and diamond plate. Selling these plates would net me over 100 million yen, which I immediately spent on as many health and damage upgrades as I could. This is mostly what I spent my money on. Health upgrades first, then damage upgrades, and finally weapons and repairs. If I really needed to, I could have grinded out Mr. Shakedown by using the slime gun, which does a ridiculous amount of damage to him, but it just didn't seem worthwhile to me since most of the really good upgrades are locked away behind the real estate and Cabaret Club side content, and I didn't want to spend hours working away at those, so while I wasn't going to do much damage or have much health, it was going to have to do. But I could save money by only buying damage upgrades for one fighting style. For Majima, I chose Breaker because it is absolutely busted, but for Kiryu, I had 2 choices, Brawler or Beast. Rush is probably Kiryu's best style, you know, it's my favorite, but you really need to invest a lot of cash into it for it to become good. Cash that I didn't have. So for the majority of the game, I decided to go with Brawler and spam that backhand attack that I used in the Climax Battles, but it wasn't as effective this time. That's when I discovered that Beast has a very similar move, and while it's slower, it hits much harder and can break through blocks.
Wow, that just says I'm flying.
So most combat encounters devolved into me spamming the same moves over and over again until I finally won. And honestly, this made most of the fights really easy. In fact, most of this playthrough was spent skipping dialogue.
How fucking long is this conversation? Oh, it's
The first real combat encounter that made me sweat was at the end of chapter 1. Kiryu is assaulting the Tojo clan headquarters all so that he can quit his job. Seems a little excessive. This encounter ends with the first Kuze fight. Get ready to see his face a lot because you fight him 5 times throughout the game. Overall, this first Kuze fight wasn't too bad.
Oh, fuck off, dude.
Then chapters 2 and 3 were both really easy. Nothing really to say about these. I had to fight Oda at the end of chapter 2, but yeah, it was really easy.
Oh, that was really easy.
Chapter 4 had the first of 3 escort sections. These 3 escort sections are the part of this playthrough I was the most afraid of. You have to escort Makoto, who is blind, through the streets of Sotenbori while avoiding Yakuza thugs. If you are spotted by these thugs, they will engage you in a fight and try to grab Makoto. If she gets grabbed only 2 times throughout this entire encounter, you lose and it's back to the last time you saved. Which luckily isn't too far for this first escort, but I would have to sit through a lot of dialogue and a few cutscenes, some of which is skippable, most of it isn't.
Man, I hope I don't lose, because I'm gonna have to go through all this. Not that it's too bad, but it does suck, and it is annoying, and I hate doing it. Alright. Now we get into the fight. No, we don't. Give it another second.
Then fight Lee again, which is really easy using Breaker. I got through this on my second attempt, which is not bad at all. It's scary, but a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, especially using the slime gun because I didn't have a shotgun yet. With a shotgun, I imagine it's even easier. Things cooled down for a moment in chapter 5. You know, I got to sing karaoke with Nishiki, which was neat. I did have one fight, but aside from that, there was nothing nutty. But chapter 6 was the complete opposite. This is a pretty short chapter because the whole time Kiryu is being hunted by the Tojo clan, which eventually leads him down into the sewers to escape the city. But surprise, Kuze is there waiting for him on a dirt bike. How did he get down there? Who knows? Not too much to say about this fight, except that this is when I realized how good the beast style was. Moving on to chapter 7, this was really fucking boring. Pretty much the entirety of this chapter and chapter 5 are just tutorials for the real estate and cabaret club. This chapter ends with another fight against Lee. Chapter 8 is another one of the scary ones. It starts with Majima needing to go back to the Grand and fight Nishitani. Once again, this fight isn't too bad. But the hard part is actually at the end of the chapter because it is of course the second escort section. But I made sure to come prepared, maybe a little over-prepared. This was actually incredibly easy using the shotgun. I did it literally first try, no problemo. The next few chapters were all pretty simple. I fought Kuze for a 3rd time and Nishitani for a 2nd time, both of which were really easy, and I had to fight a lot of Tojo guys and some dudes in the Colosseum. Then in chapter 12, I had to go to the Nikyo Consortium to rescue Makoto, which ended with a fight against Sarah. Not too bad, honestly. These last couple of chapters I got through with barely any trouble in only about an hour, but that leads me into chapter 13, the part of this run I was dreading the most. It is the 3rd and final escort section with Makoto. This section on its own can be kind of rough, but the worst part about it is what I had to do before. There is a car chase where you have to shoot and eliminate all the enemies without Kiryu dying or the car dying. This is pretty long and very easy to mess up, so if Makoto dies during the escort section, that meant I would have to do the car chase all over again. Well, you can probably guess how happy I was when I did this on my 2nd attempt.
Alright, was that it?
Turns out if you come extremely over-prepared, you can pretty quickly wipe out the group of dudes trying to grab Makoto. The only time I died was during the car chase, which also wasn't too bad.
Sure, that's the end. There's a fucking helicopter on the highway. It just exploded.
So I gotta be honest, like most of this run, this was way easier than I thought it was gonna be. In chapter 14, I had the 4th Kuze fight, which was a little bit harder, but nothing too crazy. Then in chapter 15, I had to fight Kashiwagi and Nishiki, and in chapter 16, I just had to fight another large group of enemies. I was now up to chapter 17, the final chapter of Yakuza 0. In chapter 17 alone, there were 4 boss fights, and probably the longest combat sequence in the game. The first boss began with the 5th and final fight against Kuze. Final. After 5 fights, this one was actually hard.
Oh my goodness.
With that being said, I still just beat him to death with a sign.
Oh, fuck me, I got him.
For this next part, as Kiryu, I had to make my way through waves upon waves of enemies, many of which had guns. One guy even had grenades.
What the fuck, and a guy with a grenade?
Taking these guys out first was my main priority, and once they were gone, I would focus on everyone else.
Oh no, I lost Wi-Fi connection. God fucking damn it.
Overall, this first section with Kiryu had some close calls, but it wasn't too bad.
What the fuck was that bullet, dude?
Next up, I had Majima's section. Using Breaker, I managed to get through most encounters easily enough, only needing to use a gun a few times. The second boss fight was Owano. He's pretty easy even if you fight him normally, and he only had one QTE I needed to watch out for. What I was actually scared about was the boss fight right after beating Owano, that being Lao Guai, who looks like this in the Chinese version of the game, which is really funny. Lao Guai is quick, hard to hit, can do a lot of damage, and there are two very easy to miss QTEs during this fight.
Oh! Okay, I got it.
So it's a good thing I came prepared with 9 slime guns.
Ah! I got it. Yes! I got it.
Having beaten Lao Guai, I had only one last boss fight in the game. This was all that was left between me and the Yakuza 0 Platinum Trophy. Hello, Editor Greaseman here. I have some bad news. A minute ago, when you saw that I lost the Wi-Fi connection, well, that wasn't just a funny little joke. It was foreshadowing, which isn't usually how that works. You don't like tell someone what foreshadowing is, they figure it out anyway. When that notification popped up, it made me realize something. I should probably turn off notifications because I don't want like a message or a friend notification like Gruel is online to pop up when I get the platinum or something important like that, right? You know? So I turned off notifications. I curse myself to this day for my foolishness because notifications includes the trophy pop-up, which meant that after beating Shibusawa, going through 100,000 cutscenes of fucking the credits, I think as well, I was waiting and I didn't get the pop-up. I never got the pop-up.
Where is it? Where's my fucking trophy? What? What?
Turns out I did get the platinum.
Oh, fuck!
It's just that I turned off notifications. I checked. There it is. I have it. I have the platinum. I did it. I didn't get the pop-up though, and I know it's not really a big deal, but it's a big deal to me. Okay, I was gonna have a big climactic finish. This video is almost 2 hours long. It is 2 hours long. This video is 2 hours long. It's been like 7 months since I uploaded, dude. And I don't even get the pop-up. You know, I was gonna have a big climactic finish. It was gonna be cool. No, it wasn't. It was gonna be cringe probably, but I was gonna have a big climactic finish. It was gonna be wicked cringe, I imagine. Then I was gonna do the outro as normal, and that was that. But this is the outro now, dog. Honestly, this is the outro. I got the platinum. Don't platinum is fucking stupid ass. No, it's a good game. Play the game. It's a good game, but don't platinum it. It is not a good experience. Maybe if you do it over a couple years, yeah, go for it. Sure. Don't play it like every day for 5 months because it sucks. It's not like a really hard game to platinum. It's just, it takes forever. It takes so long. I'll get to Kiwami eventually, but it's not going to be anytime soon. It's probably going to be a year, bare minimum. The next video will be Death Stranding because I need something to chill the fuck out.
Hey, Norman!
But I'm like 30 hours into it and I'm having a great time with it. I'm loving it. I'm loving Death Stranding. Here's a clip.
Don't be so serious.
It's the epitome of not for everyone, but it's for me, and I'm having a great time with it. Can't wait to make that video. I don't think it'll take that long. Give it a month and a half, I think. Maybe 2 months max. Alright, that's about it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See ya.